yeah, the fear of images and sounds and all sorts of stuff. So yeah, like this AI stuff is all moving on very fast, and the thing is, it's been around for a long time, and um, this is just we're really starting to notice it's filling up a lot of our life. So we used to have photo albums where you take photos and you put it in your album. Well, none of us have got that anymore. So most of our photos are all on computer somewhere or online somewhere. So most of us would know what it's like to lose all your photos or got deleted or your computer stuffed up, and you lose everything. You used to take a house fire for that to happen in the past. So yeah, we got all the images and stuff now to worry about. You got to worry about, well, whether is it godly, is it keeping you from God, um, all that sort of stuff. Should you be associating yourself with that sort of thing? Um, all that. Well, the thing is, you're a Christian and you shouldn't be living in fear in the first place. All right. Everything you do for the glory of God. Now, the best way to keep yourself, because it basically comes down to you're worried about what it's going to do to yourself. So the best way to keep yourself on track and with reality is to talk to real people. Obviously, is to have a community of real people to discuss things with and to work things out and all that sort of stuff. So, as a Christian, the first thing you do, right, is you get hold of this Bible, KJV, right? And because me anyway, I've had issues with all the other Bibles. I was like, Lord, there's corruption in this. You've got to be able to give me your perfect word. This was when I was young, still in my, um, just starting out in my walk sort of thing. Yeah, I knew he was pointing me at the KJV, and I was like, well, give me one that's in English. But anyway, yeah. So anyway, I got to this, and then when I got to the KJV, I was like, right, all right, fine. Well, this is your perfect word, right? The whole world is a lie, and everything in this Bible is true, and everything in the world is a lie, right? And I still stick to that. That's fine. This is why I feel so comfortable in the world, because to me, everything in the world's a lie anyway. So it doesn't matter. If it lines up with the Bible, then it's true, and I know I'll stick to that. So I'm happy with that. So obviously, when you're walking around outside and all that, those images are all true. So when you get online, right, and you're watching your news stories, and now you can go through YouTube and look for fake news stories, and you can see half the stuff throughout your life was all fake. Right, all these actors on there, news reporters putting up these screens in the background, and they're making up stories, right? And everybody believed them. So they've been deceiving you for a long time. All right, so you got your kittens, right? AI kittens. Oh, they're sweet and lovely, and you're happy with them because they're kittens and they look cute. All right, so they're all AI. All right, so you can't see how that's dangerous to you. Well, it's really not, as long as you're a person of God. Stick to that sort of stuff. But it's just a picture of kittens. But all of these are all done by AI. So you won't be able to tell an AI picture of kitten from a normal picture of a kitten anymore. That's just the way it is. With your music, so I got a music channel there that I make from people's poems about God or straight from the Bible, like this one here. This was actually from the book of Yasha, and it's the story of Enoch and and the men that were following him. And it was more than just Enoch that got raptured. There was a few more than that, thousands more, hundreds more, whatever. Yeah, on all these stories and all these sort of things are just um, people's poems and that. That was someone's poem that came out really good. Um, and a few other things. There's another poem someone wrote, another song someone wrote. So they're all for the glory of God. Whatever therefore you eat, drink, or whatever you do, do all for the glory of God. So that's basically the opposite of thou shalt not take the Lord's name in vain. Alright, so don't use God's name in a worthless manner. Well, this is like whatever you eat or drink, promote God, doing a, bring glory to God. So yes, I used AI to make this content. Alright, so these pictures here, this here looks all lovely. That's AI made, right? I've made it, used an AI picture generator. Same with the peacock feathers in the background here. This one here, I've used a AI generator to make this channel. You use an AI generator, Google's AI generator, to make YouTube channels. Anything you're doing now uses an AI generator. Your mobile phone uses an AI generator. Listening to this video, you're using an AI. As it changes frequencies and sounds and signals from one thing to another, right, to be put onto your screen in the little LEDs in their format, light, blah blah blah. So it's all working stuff out, and takes maths and all that sort of thing. So there's always something in between you and the person that's sharing content with you. So the music I got, you could argue, okay, well, maybe your music's for God and all that. See, one of my sisters there, great sister, one of our, if I said there was rankings in our family, I would say our higher up ranking sister would listen to music like by Celine Dion, right? And Celine Dion is a satanic witch, and she has a shop selling satanic stuff for children. And I don't like that. So I think her songs are for her God, right? That's worship towards her God. So for that purpose, that point, I don't listen to Celine Dion. And you won't find Celine Dion singing glory songs like the usual church ones, or the average songs, singing about Jesus or that sort of thing. So for that reason, I won't listen to Celine Dion. I prefer if I stay to my God stuff, I'm usually pretty well right. Sooner or later you're going to hit one that's probably not. So that's my point on that one. I just don't listen to her because I think she's not worshipping the same God, and if I was to sing her song that she made for her God to my God, it might be offensive to my God. So I worry about that like everybody. So this AI music, you could argue that the person that made the AI machine generator is also corrupting the music that I'm presenting on my channel, sort of thing. Well, the guy that made the harp could be the most evil guy in the world, and I've picked up the harp and I've started using the harp to make a song to God, so I'm thinking not. I look at AI generator as a tool. You make pictures, you got your AI wall pictures, that sort of thing. So it's a tool, and it's just to help get across what's in your mind, an image that's in your mind, and present it better to someone else, or a song that's in your heart, and then you want to get it out to somebody else, or a poem that's in your heart, and you want them to feel the same way you do about God, by trying to give them a song. Whereas you're not musically inclined normally, you can now make a song that's beautiful, whereas before you have nothing to show for anything because you never tried. So this gives you a chance to at least lift yourself up and lift others up, and to your brethren, and lift each other up, as it says, and just those little things can make one person's day, and that's what your goal should be pretty much on a daily basis, is to help that one person in the day to glorify God. Alright, so yeah, and then you got your crisis actors on TV. So all your stuff on news and all that sort of thing, all lies. You got to take it with a grain of salt. You got to match it up with the Bible. You've got to see what's true, what's false. Um, but if it's glorifying God, I think enjoy it, and don't be, because what I find we're doing is guarding ourselves 100% of the time. You can't even watch a movie anymore without trying to see what they're trying to hide in the background. There's always something hidden in the background of movies. There's some sort of message in there they're trying to get across, and it's never nice. It's always bad. So you're always guarding yourself, and it's just so nice to that once in a while is just sing along with a song, and you sing with all your heart and not have to guard and worry about stuff. And this is the bit that God hates, I think, in the fear side of things. When you fear all the time, you're guarding all the time, and you're not putting all your passion and love into something. So, because you're fearful you're going to get hurt or whatever, like it was with relationships and things like that. You can no longer put 100% of your heart into whatever it is you're doing. So that sort of thing. So, yeah, I would say everybody have a look at AI, study it a bit more, because there's different types of AI. Most aren't even AI, as in my definition of AI is something, an entity, alright? Just something that wants and has desires and that sort of stuff. That's my idea of an AI, not like a trained computer program that does what it's told. And it's a tool. That's the way I'm looking at most of this stuff. But yeah, looking at it yourself, bring glory to God, and just keep your heart, enjoy your heart. If our hearts are all hardened, what's the point in God giving you a heart of flesh if your heart's going back to stone again? Alright, God bless.